Well, hello, my real estate friends. I hope your day is going fantastic. If you are new here, my name is Melissa English. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of Georgia and Louisiana. I almost said Florida. Why did I say that? Sorry about that. So today we are talking all about closing more in Q4. Look, it's year end right now, right? Things start to slow down a little bit. We start getting in the holiday mood. Real estate somewhat quietens down, somewhat. All right. There's still stuff out there to get. And I'm going to share my top 3 strategies with you in this video so that you know where you can go right now, tomorrow in your market, who you should be targeting, what to say when you go out there, all of that. Okay. Not only will you get leads from this, you will actually get clients and probably a closing or two before the end of the year. So, and the best part, you can do it all for free. All right. So I'm sharing all this with you today in this video. This is super important. This is my second year of doing the close more in Q4 kind of strategy. I pulled it off the website and now I am putting it back on for 2024. And we may pull it back off and then re-strategize for 2025. But right now, this is what it is. And I'm just really excited to share these strategies with you and what I do. And of course, you love our background, right? So we've got our little gingerbread house. And of course, everything's got to be pink and sparkly and pretty, right? Speaking of pink and sparkly and pretty, my little Santa hat. Do you love it? Do you just love it? It's just not the best. Listen, so I'm giving away some of these. I've got a whole stockpile of them, and I'm going to give some to you so that you can wear a pink Santa hat this Christmas with all your friends and all your family and all that stuff. Shoot, while you're out marketing, put your hat on, right? It's fun. So I'm going to share with you in just a sec how to get your chance to get your own Santa hat, your own sparkly Santa hat, and I'll get that personally in the mail to you. So I'm really excited for that. And as you know, so that I stay on track, there is a workbook. You are going to be able to grab your copy of the workbook. That's what we're going to use today to sort of move through this video as I share these super awesome strategies with you. So I'm very excited to get in it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my screen set up here. Give me just a sec. If you're excited to learn, go ahead and give the video a like. I would greatly appreciate it. It shows me that, what I'm saying matters or means anything. I'm just trying to at least help one person out there. So if I can do that, that's the goal. Okay. So workbook, here's the deal. You're going to be able to get your own copy of this super awesome workbook that I put together for you. There's a couple of worksheet pages here that is in the workbook. And so there's going to be a link probably pinned in the comments or somewhere on this video. You can grab your copy of this workbook. When you grab your copy of this workbook, you're automatically entered into winning your own pink Santa hat. How cool is that? So keep an eye on your email because I will send just random emails out to grab your mailing address so we can get your little hat in the mail. You'll also, of course, get a copy of this super awesome workbook. And what else? Oh, like the video, leave a comment. Tell me if you're excited about Christmas. That'll get you some extra little points to get your little hat. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll with it. Ready? Here we go. So this whole purpose of this whole thing, there's a couple things I'm hoping that I can get to you today. A little boost of energy so that we can close this year out strong. I know it's holiday time. I know there's a lot of stuff. You might be traveling. You might have family coming to visit you. You might have a lot going on. Right? But we can still work. We can still lead generate. We can still prospect. And I'm going to give you that little umph of energy, maybe expand the mind a little bit on how you can do that. All right. We're going to talk about my top strategies and what I do every single year in Q4 to sort of stay top of mind to past clients, current leads, and of course, generate for new prospects. And then, of course, that kind of coincides with the tips to prospect at the end of the year and how to just stay top of mind for the holidays. So listen, there's some strategy to some of the stuff we do. Okay. And that is what I want to share with you. I'm trying to see if I have a way I don't know exactly how to use this. I think I can zoom in, but I don't see my zoom in, but oh, there it is down there. Okay, hold on. Okay, is that better? Hopefully that's better and you can see that a little better. if you've got the copy of the workbook, or if you want to pause this video, grab your coffee, that's completely fine, but that's what we're using. That's what we're walking through. Okay, so first things first, we've got our database address check, right? So this is really important. And you might be thinking, well, Melissa, I'm never going to mail my people anything. I don't need their address. Well, yes, you do. And if you don't have it, you should, right? And so it's a piece of information that's very vital to your database. Remember, I've talked about that. Your database is your retirement plan. You want to make sure you're in it, that it's all juicy, looks good, and has everything that somebody would need. Okay. Having addresses for all your leads is the best way to stay top of mind for any mail campaigns you plan to run in the future. And year end is the best time to get them. And it also gives you a reason to call in and sort of check in on them. So think about this, right? Think about you're calling Bob and it's June, okay? And you just, oh crap, I need to add Bob's address, mailing address into my database and I don't have it. And you call Bob, hey Bob, how you doing? It's Melissa. Just checking in. Hey, by the way, Bob, I'm trying to update my records here. What's your address? Bob's not going to be as excited to share his address with you. Listen, I know because I've had this happen to me. All right. I've been ghosted from a few leads a few times here and there. They did not want to give me their address, and I should have gotten it on the front end, and I didn't. Right. But I have found when you're calling, you always want to call with value. Right? That's bottom line. You've got to have something of value. There needs to be a reason for your call. Okay. But if you're calling, and it could be in October, September, even September, October-ish, you start getting in the green light of doing these type calls, right? So depending on when you're watching this, you could start it in September, however you want to do it. But essentially, the whole goal is to get their address in your database, right? All right, so here's the deal. Here's an example text or an example script, okay? It could be something along the lines of, hey, Bob, it's Melissa. I hope you're having the best day, getting ready for some cooler weather. I wanted to reach out to you because I'm actually working on my Christmas card list a little early this year, right? And I realized I don't have your address. Can I get that from you really quick so that, you can make sure to grab one of my super awesome Christmas cards that I'm going to put in the mail? Yeah, Melissa, that sounds great. They love that, right? There's value there. They know they're going to get something. It's fun. It's all the things, right? They want to be on your list, and they understand what a Christmas card is, right? So it's just a way to go ahead and capture that mailing address, and then you've got it for year after year after year for all of your marketing campaigns and whatever you do. I know some agents that do like pop buys. I did a bunch of pop buys, but there was a lot of times where I couldn't go drive to drop them off, so I would mail them, right? And it can get kind of costly. I'm not going to lie. I mean, $10, $12 a house, but in any case, sometimes I would mail them, and it just to save the time. Whatever it is, you've got it. Okay. So here's your little checklist over here. Check your database of who you do not have addresses for. Okay. And then you're just going to start calling or texting them to ask them for their address. And then, of course, when they respond back, add them in there. Now, with that being said, when it comes to Christmas card mail outs and all of that kind of stuff, let's talk about it. Christmas, this is part 2, Christmas Happy Mail. There's a strategy behind your Christmas cards, and I learned this. Okay, it took a lot of years to sort of figure this little strategy out, but it works. Okay, all right. So here's the deal: receiving a Christmas card in the mail is still one of the best ways to stand out and be remembered. There is something to be said about the time and effort it takes to put them together. The gesture, it speaks volumes about you and your business, and timing of mailing is the key to staying top of mind. So here's the thing. If your market, let's just say when you mail a letter to a lead or a past client or something like that, and it takes about a week for it to arrive, well, you want to think of the most important dates, right? So Thanksgiving, very important date. That's a major holiday. Thanksgiving, right? What is that? The last Thursday of the month, right? Then you've got Christmas, major holiday, right? And then, of course, you've got New Year. So they're like, those are the 3 target times. You want to make sure your cards are in the mail 1 week before those major holiday dates. All right. There's a reason behind this. Okay. And I'm going to tell you because it's happened to me. Think about this. I know there's a lot of preparation that goes into Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year and your plans and your dinners and your parties and all this stuff, right? But the people coming to your house or you going to their house is going to happen on those 3 big days, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. It's happening. That's where the groups are happening for the most part. Maybe a day before, maybe a day after, but for the most part, it's right there. So I had it happen one time. A client of mine, I had mailed out, and I didn't do it intentionally. It just sort of fell this way. I went back and I realized I had mailed out Christmas cards a week before Thanksgiving. And one of my clients had his sister come up from Florida. And I had not talked to him in a long time. He was a client, and he was an older gentleman, and he was never going to remove or sell his house or anything like that. He was in his forever home, and that was that. He still got a Christmas card for me. Okay. His sister had come up to visit him for Thanksgiving from Florida. And they're sitting there talking, and because I later found this out. They're sitting there talking, and she's like, "Well, Bob, I think I might, consider moving up here. I don't know. This has been a lot of fun. Think about it. It's holidays. You're around family, friends you haven't seen all year, maybe 2, right? You start missing them. You realize you really enjoy the time you spend with them. Then a lot of people talk about moving during holidays. A lot more than you think. Okay. They start kind of reevaluating their position in life and if, relocation might make them happier. Right. And so they were having this conversation, and it just so happened he had just received my card. So as they're talking, they took it as a sign. Okay, I'm being honest. They took it as a sign, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I've got an excellent agent. She helped me a few years back and helped me with my house, and I know she would love to work with you and can show you some stuff." So while she was in town, they called, and I went, showed her a few properties and all of that. So I say all of that to say timing is everything, right? So if you don't make it by the week before Thanksgiving, do it the week before Christmas. If you don't make that, scratch the Christmas card, do a New Year card, right? Do it the week before New Year, whatever floats your boat, whatever you want to do there. But just think about the timing of it, because that's where you are fresh on mind. They think about you, they remember you, right? All right. So of course the task is to mail the holiday cards. Some prep tips: you could consider getting some help from your family, of course, or you can invite another real estate friend over, have a glass of wine, and watch a Christmas movie and do your cards together. Consider adding a copy of your favorite holiday recipe, just some kind of like little simple printable. It doesn't have to be super extravagant and all this other stuff, right? And I have given you, if you got the workbook, there's a couple little clickables right here, just some inspiration for some ideas of Christmas cards that are kind of cute. And then, of course, preparing them and mail them, right? And that's that. Now, here's the thing. I have done things for clients in the past where I have typically, whatever closings I have for the year, they always get a fresh cut Christmas tree wreath for their front door. Price-wise, around $75 to $125, but they're beautiful. I mean, beautiful. They come from a farm. If you want to know where I get them from, just let me know in the comments. I will leave that link. But in any case, beautiful fresh cut wreaths. I mean, you open the box and it just, oh God, it smells so good. But they'll add like really pretty bows. It's a local family farm. They just knock it out of the park, but they get a really pretty box. It's delivered. It's just gorgeous, but I get so many compliments on that. So some of them I send one every year. Some, if there's a lot of referrals that come from that family or whatever the case is. But for the most part, if you want to get a little fancy and add a little something extra to your Christmas card, you could always do something like that. But you could also, if Christmas cards really aren't your thing, or listen, everybody does a digital Christmas card. Everybody does that. Okay. It's not going to help you stand out. All right. That's like the lazy version of Christmas cards, in my opinion, right? Because I mean, I get like 100 of them from everybody. So here's the thing. We want to stand out, right? We want to be unique. We want to show that we really genuinely appreciate them, and that they're top of our mind so that we can be top of their mind. But here's the deal. If you're just like, Melissa, I am not mailing a Christmas card. I'm not doing all of that. I don't want to do all that, and I don't have time. Here's another option that'll help you stand out. And I put it together just for you, okay? And it's the holiday marketing kit. All right, so let me tell you about this really quick. It's super simple. If you're interested in it, I'm going to add the link in the description. It's super cheap. All right, it's not even expensive. It's on sale right now. I've got it priced at like $12, okay? But you pay the $12 and you can send it to everybody in your database. I mean, you got 1,000 people in there, you send them a copy of this, they're going to love you forever. Okay. Especially if they're like me and they love planning and stuff like that. But here's the deal. It's over 100 pages. And and this is what the cover looks like. Home for the Holidays, Ultimate Planner and Activity Guide. There are games in here, Home Alone trivia. There's a daily planner, a weekly, monthly, there's an advent calendar, just like, so if your clients have children and they're going to be home for the holidays or whatever, right? They just print the pages of the game cards and they cut them. And I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. There's Christmas categories, Christmas wish list, letters to Santa. This thing is loaded. I have made sure that you are covered when it comes to this. Okay. And here's the other thing about it is that it's a PDF file. So let me show you really quick. I'm going to show you. Let me jump over here real quick. All right, so here it is. Okay. Holiday Done For You Marketing Kit. You're going to get social media posts and Facebook banners and all that stuff. But I mean, look how good this is. Stocking stuffer list. What else was back there? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, that's all your little planners. There's a full holiday planning checklist. Everything they need to plan, including holiday parties, right? That's what the little bucket list looks like. Just how pretty is that? It's so cool. Thanksgiving budget, Christmas budget. They get their Christmas card list, their online shopping tracker, their Christmas gift list, stocking stuffer ideas with the list, like all that's done for them. And here's all the activities they can do at home. Like if they have small children or whatnot, they're going to get the little activity pages they can print and just color out. Wish list, holiday traditions that they can do. There's just some little dice game and how to do that. There's all kinds of cool, like really cool stuff in here. Christmas menu planning. If they're planning on hosting a party, there's even a recipe link page. They just click on the little link right there. They're taken right to that recipe. All of this is done for you. It's already done, right? So all you're going to do, I'm going to show you in just a sec, but look, decor ideas so they can decorate at home, hosting. If they're having overnight guests for the holidays, there's hosting tips in here, like deep cleaning and decorating and stocking the fridge with their favorite stuff, doing a little welcome basket, a printable Wi-Fi network and password. Like how cool is that, you know? Let's see, party checklist, all of that's in there. Printable 8x10 frame displays, hot cocoa, elf name, super, super cute, super fun. It'll put a smile on their face. If they are hosting a party, there's 10 different party games right here done for them that you're giving them. Okay. So all they need to do is just print for however many guests they're going to have at their holiday party. They print it out, like, look, this one, name that Christmas movie, and then everybody gets a little card and they write down what it is. It's just super fun stuff. Christmas Picasso, that's where you draw the picture on the top of your head. But here's the deal. And of course you get your answer key for everything too. But listen to this. You keep a copy for yourself, right? Because you're going to want it too. Keep a copy for yourself, play games with your kids and your family and all that fun stuff. Use it for your party, but then give a copy to them. And I'm going to show you all you have to do. So none of this workbook stuff over here, none of this is branded. So there's nothing you need to do with that. This is all ready to go. It's already in a PDF file for you. It's done. I tried to simplify it just simply because there are so many pages. I mean, look, there's over 100. I think there's over 120 pages of this entire kit. So all you have to do is you just need to come into the free version of Canva pop in your picture, add your little name. Page 2, tell them Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving, all the things, sign off on it, let them know you're available to show any houses through the holidays. And this is it. And then they're going to just click the individual links to get their PDF document of the planner. That's over 100 and some odd pages. So super cool there. I just had to share that with you because, I mean, come on. Like, I would love for my agent to send me something like that. So I looked online, there was nothing created. So I said, well, screw it. I'll just go create it and make it. So I made it for you. So go grab that. You're going to love it. Your clients will love it. All the good things. Okay. So that is a way if you do mail a card, you don't mail a card, you just send one digitally, use your download guide as your card. You know what I'm saying? Like, Merry Christmas. Here's a little gift from me to you. It's a full on planning and an activity guide through the holidays. Super fun stuff. Anyway. All right. So let's move on to number 3, which is the most important. This is the holy grail of this whole deal right here, right? So we talked about making sure you grab all the addresses and use this time as your excuse to get their mailing address, right? Fill your database up and clean that up. Getting the Christmas cards in the mail and or the digital version of the holiday planner. There's that. All right. And kind of giving them a little gift, right? And then, of course, number 3, this is where you want to go right now, tomorrow. Okay. So get your little Santa hat. If you don't get one in the mail from me, whatever, get your little Santa hat. Get you some cookies. Famous Amos cookies are the best. Everybody loves Famous Amos cookies. You could pick up a box of 30 on Amazon for like $11, or you can go to Sam's, get them a little cheaper. Walk around to this, what we're going to talk about. Take them all cookies, right? And business cards. Here's your deal right here. Okay. A great way to show off your rock star agent status is to, okay, sorry, I misspoke. What you're going to want to do, and we're going to get on this little tax stuff, take those cookies with your little Santa hat, your little cards, and say, hey, I'm available and I can help any of your clients. Here's the deal. It's year end. I can't even, I could do a whole separate video on the tax advantages to real estate, but there's people right now who need to spend money. They need to invest. They need to buy. And if they don't, then their tax liability is going to be a lot higher. Okay. And I could give you a story on one where just randomly, a little couple that I worked with bought and sold their home. Their kid, they were, middle-aged, kids already grown, went off to college. Both of them made very, very nice careers, or very, very nice incomes, right? They had great careers. But they were empty nesters. I mean, and they weren't very flashy type people. They were just very simple people. Okay. And we were at a closing one day. I think we were leaving the closing, and she had mentioned about taxes, and or either I brought it up. I don't remember. Anyway, we got on the subject of taxes, and she was like, yeah, past couple of years, we've had to pay in about $85,000, $90,000, and it just takes a big hit. That's a lot of money. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money. And that has to hurt your heart to write a check for 80, 90 grand a year in taxes. Okay. And I looked at her just stunned, and I'm thinking to myself, because listen, a lot of people don't know this stuff. This is where you, as the expert agent that you are, you tell them about it. All right. And this is how you're going to get additional leads and clients and closings and all this stuff. And it's got to be done before the end of the year. Okay. But she didn't know. And I looked at her kind of stunned, because I'm like, well, I'm thinking to myself, shouldn't everybody know that there's all different kinds of write-off things? Anyway, I said, listen, why don't you just go buy, you don't have to buy a house. Why don't you just go buy a couple pieces of land, little lots, and I look at them as little baby mini banking accounts kind of sitting around town. You ever need to liquidate, you sell it. You know what I mean? You need money out, sell it, go borrow money on it, whatever it is you need to do. But I'm like, you don't really need to do that. Well, she's like, I never really thought about that. I'll have to get back to you and sort of let you know. I'm like, yeah, because we could offset those taxes. So make a long story short, a few weeks passed by, And I noticed on her Facebook that her son had rented an apartment and they had posted about it. So I called her and I was like, "Hey, I see you got an apartment. That's super cool." She's like, "Yeah, he likes it." She's like, "But rent's a little high and he really wanted 2 bedrooms, but he could only afford the one or whatever." And I'm like, my light bulb moment happened. I'm like, "Listen, what if I could find a 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom little house or townhome that you buy and that you rent it to him?" She's like, "Melissa, I never thought about that." I'm like, "Heck yeah." So I went to work and I started looking and I started to see what all was out there in the market that would work. I mean, let's be honest. It doesn't matter how high the market is or how much that mortgage would cost. Rent is always going to fluctuate with the market. So if a mortgage is normally $2,300 for a 3-bedroom house, guess how much a 3-bedroom apartment is? 2,300 plus. They're always going to go together. All right. So here's the thing. So I go to work, I start researching and looking for a house, for him and for her. And so I find one. It needed a tiny bit of work, little paint, little whatever, little lipstick stuff. Got it done. We closed on that property before the year end. I had her call her tax guy. Okay. I did do that. I was like, "Listen, call your tax guy. Let's go look at the house. Let's see if we could put this together, see if it'll work." Ended up being tax guy was like, "Yep, I love it. Let's do it." And they bought the house and, because we were 20% down, 25% down at that point, because it was considered an investment loan because she wasn't going to be living there, right? But those investor loans, 25% down, they close faster. All right. So we made it by the end of the year. She was able to offset her taxes. I still think, I want to say she paid close to somewhere at like 20 something that year. However, she was thrilled and her son was thrilled because he got more space. They owned it. Everybody was happy. It worked. Okay. So think about your database. Think about past clients. Think about their children. Are they renting? And if they are, position it in a way of, listen, that if you grab this 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom townhome over here on Smith Street, your mortgage is going to sit about here. They're probably paying that. We can make this happen. And year end is the best time to do it. And if you don't have any past clients, if you're new into the business, or if you don't have any clients that you think would kind of fit in that bracket, income bracket, then visit your tax offices. I'm telling you now, nobody is doing it. Nobody in your market is going into your tax people's office promoting themselves as a real estate agent. All right. So you go in there and you let them know, "Hey, look, I'm the expert in the market. I understand, we're year end. And if you have anybody that has any real estate questions or needs to offset any kind of tax liability, I am your girl or I am your guy." Right? "Here's my card. Have them reach out. Here's some cookies to go with it. Merry Christmas." Done. I guarantee you, the tax professional or the office clerk, whoever you talk to, they will know of somebody. I guarantee you. And especially whoever you're paying to do your taxes, if you're there, you know what I mean? If you've been in the business a while and you've got a tax accountant and all this stuff, you better be calling him or her and saying, "Who do you know that needs to offset some tax bill?" Right? That's what you want to do. So, and here's the thing. You can call. Okay, so let me remind you of this. Actually, you know what? I think I went I did these backwards. I apologize. So this is the prospecting where you go to the tax professionals in your market, go visit them, take them business cards, do all that. Okay. The other thing is year-end tax time, reminders of homestead exemptions. Homestead exemptions are very, very important. And a lot of homeowners, I've dealt with a lot of sellers and a lot of buyers who, they've sold a lot of real estate in their lives and they always forget this, always, until they call me and they say, "Melissa, why do my taxes go up $500? Why did my mortgage go up $500 a month?" First thing I ask them, "What is your taxes?" Right? Because what we closed at is an estimate of the exemption versus what was filed or not filed. Now, sometimes your lenders will call and remind them of this, but sometimes they don't, and it doesn't matter. You're the expert. You're the rock star agent. You go, you remind them. And I'm working right now in my Etsy shop to put a little form together about homestead exemptions. So that is to come. By the time I add it, I will link it below in this video. But if you don't see it on this video, it's not ready yet. Okay. But in any case, it'll just be something simple. You can plug in the information and send it out to them. And then we talked about the prospecting. So listen, great salespeople are relationship builders who provide value and help their customers win. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's all about you providing value and us showing up, doing all that fun stuff. I hope you got an aha moment from this video. If you did, will you show the love and give it a like if you're still hanging with me? Don't forget, I'm giving away a bunch of these super pretty awesome little Santa hats. So like the video, hit subscribe, leave a comment below if you're excited for Christmas like I am and you're ready to try some of these prospecting strategies. And you have to get the workbook because I don't have your email if you don't get the workbook so that I can say, hey, what's your mailing address? I'm gonna mail you the hat. Okay. So next video is going to be our December marketing and planning video. Oh my goodness. Yes. End of the year. It's going to be a good one. So be on the lookout for that video next. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's get out there and let's get it. Love you. Bye.